हेलो दोस्तों। अभी हम कर रहे हैं करंट अफेयर्स। EAM Jayashankar urged foreign envoys to explore Northeast, share its qualities with their governments. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has said the Northeast region is at the heart of many key Indian policies like Neighborhood First, Act East or the BIMSTEC and asserted that the region's relevance will grow with time. He was addressing a meeting of ambassadors for the upcoming Northeast Investors Summit 2025 organized by the Ministry of Development of the Northeastern Region (DONER) yesterday. Doctor Jaishankar urged foreign envoys to explore the region and promote its attributes to their governments and industry. Doctor Jaishankar said Northeast shares border with five neighboring countries, serving as a bridge between the Indian subcontinent and Asian. He noted that many recent initiatives involving India's immediate neighbors emanate from this region and highlighted the importance of projects like the Trilateral Highway and the Kaladan project. India-US to hold discussions on bilateral trade agreement terms of reference signed for initial phase. India and US who will hold discussions on the bilateral trade agreement this week. The two countries signed the terms of reference for the first part of the bilateral trade deal, briefing the media in New Delhi. Commerce and Industry Secretary Sunil Bartwal said that both sides have boldly come to an understanding on the next steps toward a mutually beneficial multi-sector bilateral trade agreement to finalize its first trends later this year. He said that in view of the current tariffs imposed by the US, there are both concerns and opportunities for India. He, however, said India has taken a path of trade liberalization with the United States. The secretary added that this path will open many countries for both countries. Mr. Bartwal said India's trade with the US is expected to grow and reach $500 million in the next 5 years. Cargo traffic on India's inland waterways surged to all-time high of 145.5 million tons in 2024-25. Country's national waterways reached a record high of 145.5 million tons during the financial year 2024-25. The Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways said this in a statement yesterday. It said that cargo traffic on national waterways has recorded a compound annual growth rate of 20.86% in the last fiscal year. The ministry said that in financial year 2025, traffic movement registered a year-on-year growth of 9.34% compared to the previous financial year. Five key commodities like coal, iron ore fines, and sand and fly ash constitute over 68% of total cargo moved on national waterways. GEM facilitates insurance for over 1.3 crore individuals, hires 10 lakh manpower in fiscal year 2024-25. Government e-marketplace, GEM, India's largest e-marketplace for public procurement, has facilitated insurance of more than 1,30,000 crore individual covering health, life, and personal accident insurance policies in the fiscal year 2024-25. In a statement, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry said that GEM has also hired 10 lakh manpower resources in the same financial year. Speaking about the achievement, GEM CEO Ajay Badu said that the marketplace remains committed to continuously enhancing its platform to provide seamless, secure, and cost-effective procurement solutions. He added that this milestone reflects the growing confidence of government organizations in leveraging GEM for their insurance needs, reaffirming its role as a transformative force in public procurement. Railways Minister commemorates 172 anniversary of India's first train journey. Railways Minister Ashwani Vaishnaw today commemorated the 172th anniversary of India's first train journey, recalling the historic moment when the inaugural train departed from Bori Bandar to Thane in Maharashtra on 16th to 16th April in 1853. In a social media post, the minister described it as a landmark day in the nation's history, marking the birth of Indian Railways. He said they he said the day was declared a public holiday to celebrate the occasion. Recounting the details of that iconic journey, Mr. Vaishnav shared that the train consisted of 14 coaches carrying 400 invited passengers. The train was hauled by three engines named Sindh, Sultan or Sahib and covered a distance of 34 kilometers in 1 hour and 15 minutes. Highlighting the legacy of the railways, the minister remarked that since that first journey, Indian Railway has remained steadfast in its commitment to serve the country. India's exports registered growth of 5.5% to hit record $820.93 billion in fiscal year 2024-25. India's total exports of goods and services registered a growth of 5.5%, reaching a record $820.93 billion during April-March 2024-25 compared to $778.13 billion in the previous fiscal year, despite the uncertainties in the global market. According to data compiled by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, the country's total exports during the reported period are estimated at $820.93 billion, while total imports are estimated at $915.19 billion. Merchandise exports just for $37.4 billion, with non-petroleum exports rising 6% year-on-year at $374.80 billion in fiscal year 2025. Merchandise imports were at $720.24 billion during the same period. Merchandise trade deficit during this period was at around 283 billion US dollar. Lok Sabha Select Committee holds meeting on Income Tax Bill 2025. The Select Committee of Lok Sabha on the new Income Tax Bill 2025 is holding a meeting at the Parliament House in New Delhi. The 31-member panel is headed by BJP MP Bijayant Panda. The committee will submit its report on the first day of the monsoon session of Parliament. The Income Tax Bill 2025 aims at consolidating and amending the law relating to income tax. It was introduced in the Lok Sabha during the first half of budget session of Parliament. Later the draft law was referred to Select Committee of the House. Sixth India-Uzbekistan Joint Military Exercise, the SLIC (6) Commerce in Pune. The sixth edition of India-Uzbekistan Joint Military Exercise, the SLIC-6, commenced at the Foreign Training Node at Und in Pune, Maharashtra today. Indian contingent comprising 60 personnel is being represented by a battalion of Jat Regiment and the Indian Air Force. The Uzbekistan contingent is being represented by personnel from the country's army. The Defense Ministry said the joint exercise is an annual training event conducted alternately in India and Uzbekistan. The exercise will enable both sides to share best practices in tactics, techniques, and procedures of conducting joint sub-conventional operations. It will also enhance defense cooperation, further augmenting bilateral relations between the two friendly nations. The exercise will continue till 28th of this month. Supreme Court takes up new Buffalo matter listed for tomorrow has center asked more time to respond. The Supreme Court today has not issued any interim order on the Waqf Amendment Act 2025 while hearing a batch of petitions challenging it. The center asked for more time to prepare its argument on the 3 points raised by the Apex Court. The Apex Court will now hear the matter tomorrow. A bench of Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna and Justice Sanjay Kumar and K.V. Vishwanathan asked Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, appearing for the Centre on how Waqf by user can be disallowed, as many will not have the requisite documents to get such Waqf registered. The three-judge bench considered passing an interim order on the petitions challenging the new Waqf Act. The bench raised three key points. It said the properties declared by courts as Waqf should not be denotified, whether they are by Waqf by user or Waqf by dead, while the court is hearing the challenge to the Waqf Amendment Act 2025. Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna named Justice B.R. Gawai as his successor. Chief Justice of India Sanjeev Khanna has recommended the name of Chief Justice B.R. Gawai as the next Chief Justice. Justice Gawai is second most senior judge of the Supreme Court and his name has been recommended on the Union Law Ministry. The tenure of the current CJI Justice Khanna is going to end on the 13th of next month. Mansukh Mandviya calls for global skill training platform at IMEC Conclave 2025. Union Labour and Employment Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandviya today called for the establishment of a skill training program in India to meet the specific skilled manpower requirements of the globe. Addressing the India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor IMEC Conclave 2025 in New Delhi, Dr. Mandviya said that India can maximize its youth demographic dependent by providing skilled manpower across this corridor. He added that participating nations can set up training courses in Indian universities and provide mutual skill certification. He highlighted that such programs will not only create job opportunities for the youth but also enhance India's soft power through the expansion of its large diaspora. Speaking at the IMEC Conclave 2025, Dr. Manviya urged participants and panelists to brainstorm the geopolitical changes through comprehensive connectivity between India and the nations of this economic corridor. He added that the conclave provides an opportunity not just for economic collaboration but also for heritage and cultural growth. Dharmendra Pradhan, Nitin Gadkari announced road safety awareness drive in schools across India. The Union Education Ministry will work together with the Road Transport and Highway Ministry for expanding the Sadak Suraksha Abhiyan to schools across the country. In a social media post, Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan said road accidents and unsafe driving endanger millions of lives globally. Mr. Pradhan said the ministry will enhance awareness on road safety measures through the school education system by promoting a culture of safety, as well as initiating public action and citizens' involvement on responsible driving behaviors. Mr. Pradhan today co-chaired a meeting with Road Transport and Highway Ministry Nitin Gadkari in New Delhi on issue of road safety. Piyush Goyal meets starting delegation discuss tech and investment plans in India. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal today met a delegation from American businessman Elon Musk on satellite internet service company Starlink. In a social media post, Mr. Goyal said that during the meeting, discussions were held over Starlink's cutting-edge technology platform, their existing partnerships, and future investment plans in India. The Starlink delegation was composed of Vice President Chad Gibbs and Senior Director Ryan Goodnight. Union Minister Jitendra Singh hails India's first indigenous hydrogen-powered sea vessel as public-private success. Union Minister of Science and Technology Dr. Jitendra Singh has hailed India's first indigenously developed hydrogen fuel-powered sea vessel, describing it as a success story stemming from the joint efforts of the public and private sectors. Dr. Jitendra Singh today held a high-level meeting to review the ongoing initiatives and achievements of the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research (CSIR) in New Delhi. During the discussions, the minister emphasized the importance of aligning CSIR's scientific pursuits with the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat, especially in critical technology domains where indigenous development is key. The minister lauded the CSI New Millennium Indian Technology Leadership Initiative (NMITLI), calling it a यूनिक एग्जाम्पल ऑफ कोलैबोरेटिव इनोवेशन इन द पब्लिक प्राइवेट स्पेस। और इसी के साथ करंट अफेयर्स आपकी हो जाती है समाप्त।